Any form of anything has to have like an origin or like a growing up sort of place. And that was definitely, I think the Albion Peace Centre was that for this scene and for a lot of the bands who played there.
Yeah, with the Albion Peace Hall, I think it was just like kind of right place, right time. Like we'd come off 2 substation gigs with Casualty and stuff, and like crowds are starting to get a bit bigger and stuff. Like yeah, and Shed Fest, and like so we kind of knew the scene was ready for a bit of a bigger space, and then yeah, George and Project Punk just happened to know of a place, and it kind of turned into a bit of like just a holy land.
Yeah, it was like a oasis or whatever in the desert.
Like, you know, it's pretty central. It's right on the train station, so you know, because no one's really driving. Like, people are only just getting their licenses now, so right on the train station was fantastic.
The amount of people that like met each other there, the amount of, you know, experiences people had on top of the fact that there were gigs being run, you know, once a month, once every 2 months there. It was insane. It was the staple of what we have as the scene.
Once the stage was introduced by Casualty, like that changed it, you know, like it felt like a proper place.
Like, I never envisioned like a real stage with like a backdrop and lights and shit. Like, that was next level.
It was a big shed, but it was a good step up from the small little dingy little shed in the middle of the intersection, which was substation. It was a good step up with the stage and everything and all the reverb and stuff.
Perfect timing, like just as the kind of community was growing and just having that really nice space, and then
it could have been so much cooler. I reckon if they had a bunch of people running the thing, it could have gone on. But it was kind of in a bad spot, very residential. Too many poking neighbours and prodding eyes.
It was definitely a very memorable place. I think a lot of people made good memories. And yeah, everyone's fucking legends. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a shame that it's gone, but yeah, you know.
Well, I went to a gig called Shedfest, and I went as a gig goer, and I was a gig goer for a while, and I knew I wanted to be more like either known as a musician or I don't know, something else. Then I remember seeing Caleb, and I really liked what he was doing. I knew I kind of wanted to do something like that, but I thought it was a bit out of my range of possibilities. I knew if I was going to do something like that, I wanted it to be a lot less rules and regulations. And Casualty Records had already done a couple of gigs, and so there was a lot of foundations laid already for gig promoters. Fast forward a couple months, and I was gonna put on a gig, and I was scared about it all, and but copying Casualty Records really soothed my nervousness. And I was trying to think of a name for a while, so I came up with the name Project Punk. Then I put on my gig, and it was a party, and I can't really remember it, but it was fun.
Yeah, I love punk rock. Oh, I'm a fucking poser. I don't like the scene. I wanted to fucking die, cunt. We are the Chimpeltons.
PP1 at the Albion. Rantan just went absolutely crazy. They did that Saints cover, and it was the same night that the bloke from the Saints died. Yeah, and I just remember because there was people stomping on the timber floors there, and I was out the front and I was a bit fucked up, but I felt the sound of it, my body was shaking, it was
Project Punk 1. Yeah. Oh my god. That was Project Punk 1. That was the best one. Because beforehand, there had been no one else but Caleb doing the gigs. And the biggest one that had happened so far was Shedfest, and Shedfest was great, but Project Punk took both the Substation and Shedfest and made it one thing, I think, and that set the standard for everything else. The energy was perfect, the people were great, the stomping was mad, and the floor still stands, so there you go.
Yeah, first Project Punk, but I can't remember it, but I can't remember any shows. Wait.
Mm-hmm. The first Project Punk that was there.
That was the one.
That was a mad gig. The Rantan set there. I remember going there.
That was a good set.
I hadn't seen them before. You just had the telephone mic, and we were standing on the side while all these degenerates were fucking bashing heads, and we're just
That was actually an example of, that was anarchy.
From the first Project Punk was it was such a fever dream, because there was no smoke machine, but it looked like there was a smoke machine, and it was just the feedback, I just hear it, and I'm not even kidding, I dream about the POV of that one night, and yeah, it's just I feel like the start of anything new just holds a place in my heart.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that was probably another one of those catalyst moments where I was this is what it could be. This is what this scene could be.
Project Punk, best gig in the world.
Valid! Is it?
Yeah.
And that's how it started, I guess.
Well, tell us.
Because I'd never done a gig before, so I wanted to do all these crazy things, put a ladder up for stage diving, and I had a haircut salon or whatever, all this crazy shit. It was bands that I really, really liked and looked up to a lot. The Rantans were are still probably one of my favorite bands, and the Chimps, they were me and Isaac's mates, You know, I cannot remember much of it, but it was a lot of fun. My number one rule, I said this at the start, you can do whatever you want, but your actions do have consequences, and you should have fun, but do not ruin other people's fun. I think that's recorded somewhere on the first song.
Have fun, but don't ruin other people's fun, you know? That's all I want to say. Thank you. Have a great night.
Well, I got an awesome deal with the guys running Backroom to be able to put on gigs. He really likes our stuff, my band, Shock Value or whatever. And we were talking to him about all the different bands, and he was saying how it used to be like a scene for bands, and he wants that to happen again. And I want Backroom to be a place where people can hang out. Like leading back into the whole Project Punk thing, I want it to be not just about the music, but about the scene. I think it's good for people to go to gigs and not see this Ocean Alley surf rock hippie bullshit at the where do they even play it, at the fucking Suncorp Stadium or whatever, going like those gigs are lame as fuck. I think it's good to go to a show to see, because you make mates with the people playing and watching. I think it's fucking awesome that we have these little devices, especially nowadays, that we have these little devices where you can fucking see a little fucking gig on your phone and send it to all your mates, and your mates come. I love looking at new bands. Like I found the Rigs off Instagram. I found Not Telling off Instagram. I put them on for their first show. I put Thunder Tits, my mate's band, on for their first show. My band first show, Shock Value. And my mate Cloud, his band, which should have played but didn't, Carcinogenic. But yeah, it's just good for the teens. If you're thinking of starting a band, do it. It doesn't matter how shit you are. And it doesn't matter how much music you know. Just do it, because everyone wants you to. You don't know it, but it feels like everyone wants you to fail, but I want you to succeed. And if you have a band, but not an indie band, start a punk rock band, because those are cooler. But you gotta I don't know, you just be cool and send me a message or whatever.
Thoughts on the sub scene?
I feel like this is a really hard question to answer, because there's so many layers and it's so in depth.
It's very exciting to see a group of kids get together and enjoy punk music.
So yeah, regardless of your opinion of it, it's people doing something. Yeah, there's always needs to be something, especially in Brisbane.
I think it's like the framework of it is really cool, because it's actually brought a real community to music, like punk especially, because that's what it started with at the very least. I think DIY really made it what it was, because like now everyone's doing DIY gigs.
There are some stuff that, maybe does certain things happen and it gets a little annoying, but it's pretty cool. So
good community to be in, I reckon. There's lots of people that are trying to support, lots of people. There's lots of people that are just, yep.
It's great. It's great. I love being around the scene. I love being around the people and the artists as well. Everyone's so nice, which is the best part, I think.
Sub scenes, like, it's a fantastic thing, especially for youth music in and around Brisbane, because I remember being like 10, 11, 12 years old, and you can't exactly go to a lot of gigs then. Like, I was just starting to kind of get into the certain types of music that I'm into now, and just remembering like all the gigs are 18 plus and stuff. Like, aside from like those really giant, like seeing really big bands like in stadiums and stuff, there's not really much of a place for young people, young adults, like kind of to get into that. So I think the youth scene, it's a fantastic thing to just have. Like, we get people of all ages and stuff.
Like, everyone knew each other. Yes, it was punk, but there was indie, there was pretty much focused around bands, which I thought was crazy. There's Project Punk, Anti-Dismal, obviously your boy Caleb, running Casualty Records gigs, and all of that sort of played into itself, and then it became its own name as Subscene. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I think it's really good. I think it's definitely given a lot of people like me and these blokes a chance to really perform.
Kids don't normally get a fair go, so it's nice that they get to rule over the other kids.
You know, you get the feeling of going out with your friends and having a good time, listening to the music, you know, that your mates or other people have put together, and it's really cool, you know.
Yeah, I just think it's fantastic, and of course all the opportunities it's giving to budding musicians.
If people from all spheres of like artistry see what the Subscene did for like music kids, maybe there'll be more like youth independent films and visual art and yeah, that sort of stuff.
But I think people going out to a gig and being like, just seeing it as an event and being like, you know what, I want to go out, I want to have fun. At the end of the day, that's how you get someone going there, being like, I just want to have a drink, and then being like, oh my god, these fucking bands are awesome. So to anyone listening, I'd encourage you to know your limit and do what you want. If you think it's going to be a fun event, if your friends are going, or if you like the music, or if you just want to meet new people, I'd recommend go out to a gig. You don't have to know the bands. You don't have to be a devout fan with the patches and, you know, fucking getting in there. You could do it casually. You can attend a gig casually. You can have a few drinks, and for that reason, I think, and many other reasons, I love the Subscene, and like everyone, you guys, I know, love the Subscene too. And yeah, like I said, I'd always want people to be safe.
But all the gigs are cool, and I really feel bad for people who don't come to the gigs, like, and they miss this entire thing, because it's pretty historical, I guess. Will it happen again? Probably not, I don't know. No, it started as me wanting to make music, I don't know, just for myself, I guess, and then I just started recruiting members to the gang, like George. Well, George was the only person who I knew could drum, and he was pretty good. But at the time, I didn't really know anyone because I was pretty new to the school, and I didn't really like him that much. And then we got Christina to do the recording of I Hate You, but that wasn't, yeah. And then it kind of just sat stagnant, the project, for a while, or whatever. And then me and George were like, oh yeah, we're gonna really do this thing or whatever. And then we were like thinking of names or whatever. And we had a whole different lot of names for the band or whatever, but we decided on Shock Value, unfortunately. I don't know why we chose that. I came to the Substation gig that I started running for my record label Casualty Records, of course. Everyone knows this. And there I met Isaac, and he recognised me or whatever. and then we had our first practice because we needed bass, so we got Isaac on the bass, and then we figured out that Isaac was bad at bass, and then we put him on guitar, and then we figured out that two guitars sounded shit, so we got Christina on bass, and that's when we kind of became a band. Before that, we just called ourselves a band, but we weren't really. We were like, you know, we've got a band. Now I want to make music that you can dance to, but that's the music. Yeah, you can really get into it. Because I like the Chimpeltons. I can dance to them. And like Piss Off, they're cool. I can dance to them. And Loose Cannon, I dance to them. It's just music that you can dance to. Like,
Fang, the Germs, the Stooges, the Cramps.
Yeah, David Bowie, his stories. I like writing stories like David Bowie. What bands do you like, Christina?
I don't listen to bands like that. I listen to the Cramps and the Germs, but I listen to more pop punk and heavy metal, like My Chemical Romance and Slipknot and Korn and System of a Down.
George was here, he would say, dude, I like System of a Down and Slipknot totally. That's what he would say. My favorite gig, God, that's so hard. I think it's gotta be the Freeman Youth show. I had a lot of fun at that.
The Freeman Youth one.
Me too, to be honest. Yeah, that was pretty fun. I don't remember any of it. Yeah. Project Punk 3, I reckon, was the funnest. Like, it was the most people, and it was like the most the most energy, I guess. Everyone was feeling. It was like Not Telling was. I was speaking to Not Telling, and at the back room when we played with them, and they were like, "Oh, we liked coming to that gig because it was like a high school party." And the first 3 were like high school parties or whatever, because we were in high school, but now it's kind of tamed down, I guess, because of the law, man. I'll start off with Kraleen. The name comes from my favourite book, The Vicar of Morbin Vile. Kraleen Colchis is like the wife of, gosh, I forget his name, but it's Mr. Colchis. And all these people, there's 4 people in the cult, but they all are very, very strange. And Kraleen Colchis is like this really old lady who's like crazy. And at the end of the book, when like she's last discovered her craziness or whatever, but in her basement she like keeps the cuts of meat and pretends they're like children. And she's like, "Oh, don't harm my babies." But like they're just like sausages and beef and all that, and it's like, I don't know. I really enjoy that book. But the song I wrote off my head on the bed, and it wasn't for shock value. It was that I wrote it. Well, we weren't gonna use it for shock value originally. We were gonna use it for a band that me, Isaac, May and Arthur were gonna be in, called Zimp, which stands for Zipper in My Penis. Yeah, but it never lifted off, and God thank it didn't. That would have been a travesty. But I thought, it's got, and I sent it in the group chat, like, I write these lyrics for this song, so we should do it. And then I just copied and pasted it, and then used it, and then wrote a song out of it. And then I stole a Beatles chords, and then I made a song out of it. And that's about it. Trixie Dot was this song that came to me from the heavens, from this alien dude telling me his life story. So I wrote that down, and then I made like a song out of it. But it's quite cool, but I'm yet to do anything with the actual story, because I start things and I don't finish them. But yeah, it was just a fun thing to do, and it was like, again, I stole some poppy songs chords for that. And then Translink Bastards, that was one of the 3rd song we ever wrote, and it was originally called Message to the Link. I keep on doing that weird voice like this. I don't know why. And it had different lyrics, and we were gonna do it with another bloke from our music class, but it didn't happen, and we weren't gonna redo it. But then I was like, nah, it's a free song, so I rewrote the lyrics, and then made guitar and bass for it, and then we made a song out of it. But I originally did it as a song because I got fined like $300 for not tapping on or whatever, which was annoying. but I do hate them. I hate TransLink officers. They're really annoying. I think it's gonna change a lot musically. Say that now, but it'll probably be the same shit. I don't know. It's just gonna get a bit better, hopefully. Get good. Yeah. But shifting from music that scares people to music that you can dance to, but it's sort of like sinister, kind of. I don't know. Get on with it, I reckon. Called stupid, I've been called retarded, but nothing compares to this TransLink bastard. I'm gonna mate, you got your ticket, no I got none, and you fucking it, Friday mate, for a very day, you know, put you on track, causing a raid and yours in a second, you have no authority, paying for a ticket to me, in the robbery. I'm being no harm, unless you went TransLink all that night, tracking down TransLink, yes, it's it. Give me such a hole in that hurt, every cunt. I've been trembling on what I think, piss me up, they got it out of these trailers, busted a lot of batteries. I'm big or retarded, but nothing compares to these TransLink bastards. I'm getting mad, have you got your ticket? No, I got it out, and you fucking left. Finding me, pulling me around, you're putting out track, causing a break, you're in a second, you have no authority, pay for a deed to me, it's a robbery. TransLink go, every single one of them, TransLink go, all useless cunts. TransLink go, every single one of them, TransLink go, all useless cunts.
Caleb, let us play another song. Master's given Dobby a sock.
Yeah, so got invited to go to like this rehearsal at school with my mate Dan. Just started playing over this song that they'd made called Moreton Bay Blues, and kind of just took off from there. And Charlie Sloan happened to walk past the music room that day and come on in. We invited him in, and he just started shredding over the top, and kind of just became a thing from there. We went over to the shred shed, I think a week or two later, and then Loose Cannon was born originally just as that 4-piece. Yeah, so
I think when I started out, like my big inspirations were like Randy Rhoads from Ozzy Osbourne, Eddie Van Halen, Jimmy Page, Dave Leslie, George Lynch, all of those guys.
Like particularly like Australian bands like Civic, Private Function, the Chimpeltons.
Like Dead Kennedys, Misfits, shit like that. Also a lot of... I used to really be big into Pink Floyd and like psychedelic sounds and shit.
I mean, I listen to Skrillex a lot. The final show of Canon Limber, that was insane. That was such a good night.
I definitely think that Canon Limber show was really, really fun.
my favourite gig that we played was our first Casualty one at the second ever Substation gig. Because it was by no means our best gig that we've ever played. Like, I think we wrote half of our songs the day before we played that. Like, I think we're making the lyrics up on our way there. Yeah, no, it was just the energy of it though. Really, like, it was way smaller crowds than like some of what the gigs pull now, but it was like real tight community. Really felt that DIY aspect of it. Like, my bass drum slid about a metre away from me at one point. I think I had a cymbal crash hit me on the head.
Yeah, I gotta agree with Declan on that one. Definitely the third Casualty gig at the Substation with the Chimps and to annoy traffic. That was sick. There was like about 30 people there. Everyone there came up to you and like, oh yeah, sick show, blah, blah, blah.
The Casualty Records gig that we played at, the second Substation one, that was probably one of the best.
I'd say my favourite gig would be the best put together one from at the time was our only gig as a 3-piece, the Rock Show, put together by Cohen and at Cunnalimber. That was just great vibes. Good event. Lots of laughs. Lots of laughs. Yeah.
We're recording an album. So we've got an album's worth of songs and we've got stuff for B-sides. We've got bountiful amounts of things to show everybody. But yeah, so we're gonna get recording very, very soon. And yeah, so we're hoping for a Spotify release probably, I'd say early mid this year. More gigs, of course, riding the wave that is DIY, because it's just gonna get better and better. Like, and that's the thing, it's about Valley gigs, yeah. Everyone's so hyped for the Valley. The Valley's such a shithole. I'm sorry. And the gigs are lame.
So the 3 songs were Moreton Bay Blues, a song that Eli mentioned before called Bad Day Beach Me, and we also did Whinge Box.
Yep, I'm ready. Caleb, are you ready or are you still sorting? I am ready to rumble. Around the sun, we're having fun. Haven't had a beat since the 21. Next thing you know, it's 12:15. We're out on the streets and we're making a scene. See how it goes, you already know. We're so hungry, so we hit the road, but they won't let us in. They look at our feet, no shoes, no shoes. We're back in the streets, all I don't give. Fuck back you, I think I feel these more baby. Come and have a beer, or maybe do. Just to get rid of these more baby blues. Come on. We go to the servo, it's always a treat. Make one slow bendy cold ice cream when we get to the store. We look at the door, the sign says zone to a step before. Now we're bumming around, we're crawling on the ground. Trying to find something that's not good to be found. When we look at the time, it's quarter to 9. So when my good mate says, well, I don't give a fuck about you. I think I feel these poor baby blues. Come and have a beer, or maybe two. Just to get rid of these poor baby blues. These poor baby blues, come and have a beer, or maybe two, just to get rid of these poor baby blues. Up the your shift, son. Yeah, I'll be there soon. Well, you know what? It's happened before. I don't care. You're fired. What? No. You can't do this thing. You can't do my job. I need this job. You can't. I need the money. I got the money and they got me the wish box. They always try to get me to do the dumb thing. Every time I go to work, they always ask me to. So why they always call me the ordinary wish box? Wish box. Wish box. Wish box. Wish box. Cause I've had a bad day, 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 a bad day. When you see me coming around, then I got nothing to hold me down. I woke up on the wrong side of the story, and now I'm feeling like I'm doing a down. I'm coming around, I'm coming around. Coming around, I'm coming around, I'm coming around, oh yeah, oh I've had a bad day, 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 a bad day Cause I've had a bad day, a bad day, a bad day, a bad day, bad day, a 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 bad day, bad day, a 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 bad day
So in 2019, I started writing songs where I was like, all right, okay, this isn't shit completely. So I decided that I really needed to do something with music, and I couldn't really do anything else. So Tom's the only person from the original lineup that's still in the band, but then it was probably, you came in later. We kicked out the original drummer because he was being too much of a dickhead. He's fine now. We're great. We're all friends. But yeah. Oh, yeah, we're all friends.
Holy shit.
We're all friends now. Love you. Love you. We hadn't really played any gigs up until that point where you could go watch it, and he was the drummer, so it didn't really matter. But we didn't have a drummer for a long time, and you came in one day, and I was like, "Can you play drums?" And you're like, "Yes." So I was like, "Hop on the kit, motherfucker." Yeah. And I don't think there wasn't any planning. You weren't even supposed to come in there. You just kind of
I just followed
walked.
Sam.
Yeah, you just walked in there. And actually, no, I want to hear the story. Why were you with Sam on that fateful day?
Me, yeah, Sammy. I don't know.
You heard it here, folks. We've got no fucking clue.
I met Alex on a bus because I used to see because we live quite close. We used to catch the bus home together. There was one day I remember I was at the back of the bus and my friends were like choking each other out. So the thing got to the point where one of them fully passed out and was just lying like dead, motionless at the back of the bus. And that's when Alex got up and came up and was like, is he okay? I'm like, yeah, it's all good. And I introduced myself, and then the rest was fate, and it's just, yeah.
So I did class with Sam, who unfortunately isn't here because he's in Sydney right now. And we asked him literally as soon as we finished the last song at Shedfest, the first one, and we were like, do you want to play bass? Because we need a bass player and we need 3 guitarists. And he was like, yeah, fuck it, sure. So it's just happened since then. And now the lineups, there's 5 of us. It's all stable right now. We all love each other. Musically, I think Tom and Sam are the ones that are the most similar music tastes that we have to each other. I think that we all kind of have widely different things we bring to the band. Like Sam's into really noisy, heavy shit.
We all come from a background that's got like similar influences, even if we might not all like really dig jazz or whatever. We all came from a school where we had to go through it.
Because Sam was the first one to get a driver's license, so he's been taking us around and getting us to practices and gigs and stuff, and there's always something that he'll introduce us to.
I'm like fucking shazamming in the car while Sam's
I
driving.
know, I just asked him.
I'm just like, I'm too embarrassed to ask him sometimes. I'm like, what's that shit? He's like, it's the Rolling Stones. I'm like, oh, okay. Obviously, like, Shedfest was like the catalyst.
What was the first proper gig?
It was the first proper gig we played, and there was like, we've met so many amazing people through that. That was fun. Any good ones?
Eggy, that was a great gig. We met lots of people through there.
No, but I like Shedfest got pretty lit. I think people really enjoyed our set.
Yeah.
Yeah. The crowd was good there. That's what I.
Who else enjoyed it? Casto 1 was really enjoying the set.
Him and his mates.
That
were
was
fucking
really funny.
digging it. They were the most invested in our set there, which was fucking weird. The first Casualty birthday one. That was the first time.
That was amazing.
That was the first time I'd seen Square live, because I was mates with Seb for a long time, but I was too young to get into any of the gigs.
Yeah, so we had the first song was Burnout and Be Fine, which will be the new single that we're about to release. And then the second song was Anti-Joy Division, and we led that into Ecstasy and Z Minor off of our first album.
Free jazz noise rock in the middle.
Yeah.
Bit of Miles Davis.
Is there anything that you can talk about with those songs?
Oh, besides the fact that I didn't remember any lyrics to Joy Division, and I was freaking out the whole time.
It's cool, like, we've been playing that last song, Ecstasy, since we started the band.
Have we played that at every gig?
Yeah, pretty much every gig.
Except for like the very...
Yeah, it's fun to have like the new single and then a song from the new album and then one from the first album.
All the albums I'm a huge fan of, and I think that I'm very proud of them, even though I had no idea what I was doing for any of them. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I knew even less back then. But I'm still very proud of that, and hopefully, and the new shit that we're going to do is going to be wildly different, and we're going to go different places. So I'm glad that there's a document of all that stuff.
guess that's just what you do. I thought I was a thing to slay, but I guess that's just what I do. All my love in and you give me. Every day where I and you took the pill. Walk away, I tell that you're alone. Hey, why is it that when I stay, oh I know I'm not enough? All my loving and you give me.
where I've been, under the mountains and through the fire. I've had my share, now I'm waiting to die, waiting to feel nothing, water waste, under pressure and you feel out of place. Can't live a day with nothing to do. I'm gonna spend it all with you.
Like most other independent bands that start up, like it started in high school, just a few mates just who could make noise on instruments and attended the same government institution.
You're telling it wrong. Jack couldn't play. Jack couldn't play any instruments apart from the piano, and we were fucking around for like 9 months trying to learn cover songs with Jack on piano. And then I got the shits, and I was like, Jack, you're playing the guitar. And then Jack was like, where, piano? And I said, no, guitar. And then I showed him Rubber Arm by the June Rats, and he loved it. And then we played Rubber Arm by the June Rats, and yeah, now we've been playing for what's that, 6 months with Harry?
Like 4 months?
No, 6. September to February 6.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. And then the Chimpeltons were born.
There you go.
There we are.
Yeah. Well, when I joined a band, I happen to have an influence. Whenever I join a band, it becomes more metal. I've turned, I learn all the old songs these guys have been playing already,
and I rewrote a lot of like the fills and stuff because they were just really basic and not fun to play. So I just add fun little bits in just so to make sure I'm enjoying it as much as I can, and as long as it still sounds alright. I don't know, yeah, I guess bring like the louder influence, high energy, and especially with the new stuff that we've written since I joined the band, like.
I must say, once I did finally like learn how to play, quote unquote, the guitar, is when I dived into 90s grunge quite heavily. So I'd say at least in the beginning with my riffs and like the ideas I was proposing was originally like very heavily rooted in grunge, but now it's started to like move out, particularly more to like thrash and Metallica and inspirations from Cliff, and working those into the bass lines. But I still always like to fall back on my classical training, I guess you could call it. But I enjoy just like thinking about the melodies and the harmonies and seeing what I can bring with vocal melodies, and so that's what I bring to the band. Now Oscar.
I bring to the band fast and hard guitar riffage. The older bands, Metallica was my first fandom. That was like the one I obsessed over. Then it was like System of a Down. Then it sort of got a bit more weird from there. And then like the early 80s, 70s punk stuff. It's just like the way they played was like just so out there and just so just like almost self-destructive. And it's pretty cool to just play fast and play hard. The first one, the first Casualty gig was really cool. Like, it's not my favourite, but it just has like a place in my heart, because it was like there was only 30 people there or something, and it was just like, you had to kick Guntoff, and it was like, I don't know, and it was just us and Artie, and it was like, it was just cool. Like, I didn't think any of it could happen. It just like opened my mind to it all.
But yes, and my favourite would probably actually be the Freeman Youth gig. I had a lot of fun. It was like there weren't many people there. It was a nice little intimate crowd. Everyone was getting into it. And
I think I must say, tearing up that fucking Wollongabba substation for the first time was just like so much fun. It felt like, especially, I think the tiny volume of that space just amplified that all the emotion and the energy that was there. It was like, everyone can remember all the windows were fogged up. You couldn't see a thing. It was storming. It was, but it was just like everyone was just having so much fun, and you couldn't say a bad thing about it. Personally, I loved it. It was so much fun.
I think we did Skid Mark, Pillbox, and QCAA. I think that's what we had planned. Yeah, yes. I got a bit intoxicated at my brother's 18th birthday party. It was a great night, and I went to sleep at some point, and I woke up, and then I had to go clean myself up. And then, bro, have I not told you this? Dude, literally, my mum has told me so many times. I literally only shat the bed once as a kid, and I never pissed the bed, never. I just took myself out of my bed to go to the toilet in the middle of the night. But the second time in my entire life I've shat myself, I had nothing to eat the whole night. It wasn't even dude, if you want me to keep going, I can, but QCAA is just fuck people in power, fuck them, yeah. Fuck them, hate them.
We're not almost finished the album, we're almost finished tracking the album, and then I've got to go off, mix and do all that post-production stuff, and then after that I'll mix it, and then it'll be out for everyone's ear. Yeah, world tour around Brisbane. Yeah. Okay. You want to go to Copenhagen? We'll go to Copenhagen.
That's the long and short of it. You're always to know your side.
saving life, the decision plays your mind. An affliction of the coolest kind, where it's no going back. And you have to live with that with you. Just ain't doing the same things together with. I know you do, 'cause I see the fool. Want to put people through. It doesn't end freely. I know you know. Well, I'm done with helping you. If you want, help yourself. Sabotage yourself, there is nobody else standing by your side as you fall into your hell. You don't fix your problem, just keep pushing them away. And moving out to bit by bit until you decay. 'Cause you just ain't doing nothing, please you got back in. I know you do, 'cause I've seen before what you put people through. It doesn't end freely. I know you know. Well, I'm done with helping you. If you want, help yourself. Cause you go right here. I know you do. 'Cause I've seen before what you put people through. It doesn't end pretty. I know you know. We're all done with helping you. 'Cause you got that itch, I know you do. 'Cause I've seen before what you put people through. It doesn't end pretty. I know you know. We're all done with helping you. 'Cause you want help yourself. You better pray.
there's more fucking youth record labels and bands at the moment, which is record labels. So, which is cool if they're doing something, but yeah, it'll be cool to see what new bands pop up.
Yeah. So that's Skid Mark. Yeah, you can. I've said it at plenty of gigs. I mean, like, it's not like I'm a frequent pants shitter. Like,
drink out these fucking. Hey.
There are a couple things that went on in that gig. I during the Chimpeltons set, hurt my arm really badly.
Main man Darius has showed up.
Caleb's an idiot.
Hi Caleb, you're gonna hear this when you cut in the audio. I hope you buy your panel. Oh, hello.
Our hearts will always remember the Albion Herb Society. The Queen? Is it the Queen thing? Oh, it's the whole state Herb Society.
that's a wrap. Thanks for having us, and thanks for listening to us. Bye.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, the backgrounds or whatever?